Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is April 24th, 2018, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, starting out early this morning, 3:30 South African time. Out of Australia, quarterly CPI number coming out for the Aussie. We'll take a look at the Aussie USD in just a moment. And then later this afternoon at 4 o'clock South African time, consumer confidence number coming out of the United States. Now, consumer confidence is, I would say, one of the third most important number or results that comes out. That's only after the FOMC and obviously the non-farm payroll. I would say consumer confidence is right after that. Okay, consumer confidence really reflects the confidence people have in the market, and therefore it reflects some of their spending habits, etc. And you know, the United States is a major consumer of practical goods, so it's really a very important number. So we'll take a look at the Dow in just a moment. Lots happening in the market. Dollar getting a lot stronger across the board, and let's take a look. So we're going to first start with the Euro USD. We're looking at a daily chart here, okay? And now this is what's a little bit disconcerting. I mentioned yesterday that anywhere below this 122-ish level would be a decent. But what's disconcerting about it is that the last time we bounced, we only bounced to 123.60. Let's take a look at that right there. This is the last bounce we had. The previous bounces we hit, 124.28. The last bounce was 125-ish. So looking at this, it's a little bit disconcerting, and I'm a little bit more inclined to think that we may further go down, maybe to back to the 120. That's my next support level. But keep an eye on that today. If we don't get that bounce later today, we may continue to falter here. So that's something to keep an eye out. Now, this is really a pivotal moment, especially when consumer confidence is coming out. The market knows that this is an important number and is acting accordingly. Looking at the GBP USD. Now, this was the catalyst. This was the thing that took us further down against the dollar, okay? And we broke this 140-ish level, and then we broke 139.85-ish level, and now we're at 139.45-ish level and closing this into the 138.90. So keep an eye on this as it continues to slide. We may just not get this bounce later today. We may get a little bit of a bounce back to the 139.85-ish level. If we do, that's where I would look to actually short it, because this has been really a tremendous correction for the GBP USD. We faltered this, continued up move that we had, and it looks like it's a double top on a weekly chart, as you can see here. And that would be one peak, that would be the second peak, and we look like we're closing on this 138.90-ish level. Now, I don't think we're going to be correcting ourselves to the point that we're going to be back in the 136 level, but we'll be in a trading range. Okay, the parameters of the trading range, obviously on the upper side is 143, on the downside maybe between 138, 137.90-ish level. So that's something we're going to have to ascertain as things continue trading in the market. Now, if we jump to the Swiss franc, we saw a nice breakout, 97.77, and we're going to have a rate decision on the Swiss franc later this week, so that might be a lead into that. So just take a look at that. If we do continue breaking this higher, might want to chase it a little bit. Maybe if it does retrace back onto the trend line, look to buy it. Okay, but that's one of the indication where the dollar has gotten stronger against one of the currencies. Now, looking at the ZAR, now this is a breakout beyond belief. So the exotic pairs are smaller, and because that they're smaller and they're more exotic, less people trading them, they're prone to be whiplash much faster. Okay, and we're looking at the ZAR here, and we broke out above this 1210-ish level, and we're breaking it out up to the 112.32-ish level. So that's something to keep a note, and we haven't been at this level ever since the ENC elections that we had back in December, January time, and the anticipation of that. So this is really very pivotal. Our real next resistance is 1250, so just be aware of that. If we do retrace back to the 1213-ish level, that might actually be a buy. But this is definitely showing us an indication that the trend line is being changed. Instead of us trading between the 1140-ish, 1150-ish level and 12, we're now going to be correcting ourselves on the upside. So that's something to take a look at. Now, looking at the Aussie USD, after this morning's report, really just trending further down. Okay, nothing really to write home about. Okay, it's been getting weaker versus the dollar altogether. If we look at the daily chart, the next real support level is 0.75-ish, I would say, but nothing really to hold us back from further correction on the downside. Now, looking at the USD Japanese Yen, same story. We're up to the 108 level. We're lingering at 105 for a long time, and this is really showing us a tremendous correction. And this is really a pivotal moment because we were at previous support right here and maybe anticipated resistance. So that's something to really take note of as today continues to trade. Now, jumping into the USD CAD as well, 128. We mentioned this earlier today, mentioned it last week at 125, and finally rallied right up to 128. And this rally is continuing from yesterday morning to today. We continued this rally, so that's something to ascertain today, especially since we're hitting also a pivotal moment where we're at previous support, subsequent resistance right here at 128. So we may see a correctional move here, especially with this consumer confidence number coming out. Now, jumping into the Dow Jones, we're trading at 24,488. Not much movement yesterday in the market, not a lot of volume, honestly, but this thing could really take up higher if it does have some sort of impetus on this consumer confidence number to take it up higher. So I'd be looking for something in that range later today. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.